The story begins with a chilling prophecy. Within 10 years, the Eastern Federation Kingdom is destined to collapse under the weight of the 5 great sins. Complete ruin will follow, leaving nothing behind. To prevent this disaster, the protagonist has assumed the role of the kingdom's protector. Yet he never imagined the scale of the burden he had inherited. Once, he was an ordinary man trapped in a modern life of 78-hour work weeks. Now, inexplicably, he finds himself inhabiting the body of a noble in a fantasy realm. The transition is far from seamless. Though the idea of living in a fantastical world seems enticing, reality quickly hits hard. He cannot read. He has no magical talents, and he barely understands the language. The butler stares in disbelief when he sees him holding a book upside down. Meals arrive in overwhelming abundance, and the maids fuss over him constantly, even assisting with his bath. For a fleeting moment, he revels in the life of a young count, enjoying the luxury and attention, feeling almost weightless in this pampered existence. Yet unease lingers. He has no idea where he truly is. Unlike typical reincarnations, he hasn't emerged in a familiar book or game universe, at least not one he consciously recalls. A maid casually mentions that his brothers, young Master Leo and Antonio, will return tomorrow. He freezes, perplexed, struggling to recall his own family. The name stirs something in his memory. Slowly, realization dawns. He is in the world of Psychedelia, a turn-based RPG he used to play whenever he had spare time. The danger becomes immediately clear. In the game, no matter which path one follows, the 5 great sins, wrath, greed, sloth, pride, and obsession, bring devastation wherever they go. Entire cities, noble houses, and power structures collapse in their wake. The Palacio family, the house he now inhabits, is notorious in the game as a side quest before the main storyline. The eldest son, Leo Paleo, earned a reputation as the kingdom's ultimate playboy, while the second son, Tonio, became infamous for drugs. And now he, the third son, Alan Paliso, is cast as the expendable villain. He drops to his knees, the grim knowledge sinking in. Not only does he know what awaits him, but he can also calculate the experience points the protagonist gains from this doomed subquest. Lying in bed, he cannot bring himself to rest. Sleep feels perilous. He would gladly return to his 78-hour work weeks if it meant avoiding this fate. This luxurious new life, he realizes, has a definitive expiration date. 10 years. No more, no less. He cannot believe he has been reincarnated into a powerless character in a fantasy world. This is the exact opposite of every typical isekai fantasy. But a thought strikes him. If he knows the future, perhaps he can become a prophet of sorts. By intervening early, he might prevent the 5 great sins from plunging the kingdom into chaos, preserving his peaceful existence as a noble. After all, the sins are still children. The challenge, however, is monumental. He has no powers of his own. How can he hope to shape their path? 2 months pass and progress becomes tangible. Orphans trapped in a human experimentation center are rescued. Though he receives the credit, the real work falls to Evan, a capable and reliable subordinate. Evan takes charge of the orphanage, placing it under the care of a girl named Yudia. The protagonist nods in approval, satisfied with his choice. Yet human interaction proves challenging. His face, frozen in its inherited neutrality, fails to convey emotion naturally. Evan, trying to gauge his response, remains uncertain whether he has been praised. The young master forces a smile. Evan reflects ruefully that he will likely never understand this expression. In Alan's former life, emotions were always easy to read, whether joy or sorrow. Now, even the simplest expressions feel alien. Still, the protagonist appreciates loyalty